Okay, so Miss Antoinette Hadaone is a Filipina filmmaker renowned for her nuanced and relatable storytelling. Her directorial debut, Six Degrees of Separation from Lilia Kuntapay in 2021, Hadaone's subsequent films include Never Not Love You in 2018, Fangirl in 2020, and That Thing Called Tadhana, that movie that we mentioned in 2014. If you haven't seen that yet, please get a copy of that film. The sleeper indie hit that helped reshape the Filipino rom-com genre. Her films have been praised for their emotional depth, authentic dialogue, and exploration of contemporary Filipino society. Hadaone has received numerous awards for her work, including the Gawad Urian Award for Best Screenplay, the FAMAS Award for Best Director, and the Carlos Palanca Memorial Award for Dulang Pampelikula for that thing called Tadhana. Hadaone is also committed to mentoring and supporting young filmmakers as she co-founded Project and 8 Projects in 2017 with fellow director Dan Villegas. Her contributions to Philippine cinema have established her as one of the most influential and celebrated filmmakers of her generation. She's also the co-host of Ang Walang Kwentang podcast, one of the country's top podcasts with friend and fellow filmmaker JP Habak. Fingers crossed, she'll open her cafe art space this year. We'll go there, Ange, no?
Yes.
One of her many pangaraps nakalagay dito in her life. Ladies and gentlemen, with her speech entitled In Defense of Being Afraid of Failure, let's give a warm welcome to director Antoinette Hadaone.
Here are some words that were used to describe Gen Z: lazy, self absorbed, selfish, shallow. A study showed that 40% believe they should be promoted every 2 years, regardless of performance. Fame obsessed, so convinced of their own greatness that a study found that the guiding morality of 60% of them in any situation is that they will just be able to feel what's right. Stunted, coddled, entitled. The millennials, Gen X, and boomers in this room will definitely agree, yes? But what if I tell you that those words weren't hurled towards Gen Zs, but millennials? Some of them were lifted from the controversial Time magazine cover story, Millennials, the Me, Me, Me Generation by Joel Stein, published May 20, 2013. In fact, there was a generation that was called the Me Generation by writer Tom Wolfe because of the culture of narcissism and self involved qualities they had. They were the baby boomers in the 1970s. When I began working with and around Gen Zs, I wanted to understand them so bad for me to know how to deal with them. Fresh out of college, 22 to 26 years old, dreamy, idealistic, but ultimately lost, clueless, misunderstood. Then, a realization. Wait lang, sounds familiar. Parang ako yun nung 25 ako at balingkinitan pa. Back then, wala akong alam sa mga keys to success or formulas on how to succeed. I was busy being enamored and starstruck sa industriya na swerteng nakapasok ako agad after after I graduated kahit wala akong kilala sa loob o wala akong powerful na apelyido. All I had was a dream of becoming a film director and some kapal ng muka. I sent my favorite rom-com director a text message. Direct Joyce, kung may bakante po kayo sa team mo, willing and available po ako. Message lang po kayo anytime. Kahit nakuha ko lang number niya from someone who knows someone. Weeks later, Direct Joyce would text me. Tonet, kailangan ko ng script con. Pwede ka ba? I never replied yes faster. Saka ko na lang naisip, ano ba yung script con? It's short for Script Continuity Supervisor, by the way. I would later learn. I still consider that one of the best decisions I made in my life. Cut to, 16 years and 11 films later, here I am, driven to have an introspection about my journey as a filmmaker, wanting to share how I dreamed of being a director at the dreamy age of 18 and managed to fulfill it. As I was observing both young people I work with, who I think have what it takes to be successful, and the older ones whose own journeys to success inspire me, inisip ko, ano nga bang common denominator nila? Magkaibang age, magkaibang generation, pero may pareho. From my own experience, here are the three things I think made the difference, based on true events. Number one, I stumbled upon pioneering research psychologist and New York Times best-selling author Angela Lee Duckworth's viral TED Talk, Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance. And I realized, yes, that's it. That's a word, grit. Duckworth defines grit as the passion and perseverance for long-term goals. It's that relentless drive to keep pushing forward, even in the face of adversity, setbacks, and failures that takes months, years, or even decades. Yung grit, hindi talent. Grit isn't luck. Grit isn't how intensely for the moment you want something. But what grit is having that ultimate concern, that long term goal you care about so much that it organizes and gives meaning to almost everything you do. And it's an and not an or, and holding steadfast to that goal. Our potential, our talent is one thing. What we do with it, that's a different story. Hindi ko sinasabing talent doesn't matter. It does. But consistency of effort over the long run matters more. It is everything. A lot of us quit what we start too early and too often. But if we have grit, when we work on something we care about so much that we're willing to have unwavering commitment to it, we're fine. So, to be romantic about it, grit is not about falling in love. It's about staying in love. Which brings me to number two. Do not be afraid of failure. Lagi nating naririnig yung piece of advice na yan. But I want to challenge that. Tama naman na fear of failure, or more specifically, an unhealthy fear of failure, can paralyze us and destroy the culture of the groups we lead. But we should also know that the lack of any fear of failure can be just as harmful. There's indeed merit in fearing failure. In fact, a healthy fear of failure, failure in the long run, that is, can be a key ingredient in achieving success. I hate failing. Not really afraid of failing, but I hate it, especially when I was much younger. So there was always a subconscious resolve to do everything I can to not fail in whatever I want to do. I prepare, I study, I try my best to be ready. Pero alam ko rin na I can never be ready enough. But at least I was ready the best that I can. If I fail, tuloy lang. Grit. These are short-term failures, but eyes on the long-term prize, right? We can have these little failures, pero yung dulong failure, the failure that will make us lose the goal, yan ang hindi ko papayagang mangyari. There's an important lesson for us as leaders here in a team. Kapag walang takot mag-fail, the team, we get complacent, inefficient, and we start to coast. And coasting kills. Alam na natin ang coasting. Kapag tingin natin yung ship natin is unsinkable, na tumitigil na tayong maghanap o makakita ng iceberg sa paligid kahit may warnings na. And we know how that story ends, right? A healthy fear of failure keeps us sharp, keeps us vigilant, and keeps us from becoming complacent. It's not about being paralyzed by fear, but rather using it as fuel to drive us towards excellence. But grit and a healthy fear of failure are not enough on their own. Which brings me to the third one. Number three, surround ourselves with individuals who share our values, individuals who strive for excellence in everything they do, people who value excellence, people who despise mediocrity. Dahil ang mediocrity, nakakahawa, pero ang excellence, nakakahawa rin. As I was working as a production assistant in ScriptCon, I had two people who unconsciously shaped my work ethic and view of excellence. Direct Joyce Bernal and Irene Villamor, then our assistant director and now a critically acclaimed director. Back then, I didn't deliberately consider them my mentors. Nor did I think, ay, okay ang work ethic nila, kaya tatabihan ko sila. It was not a conscious decision. I had no idea what excellence was then, what work ethic was. Kakapasok ko lang eh. So ang nalagay sa utak ko, this is how I should work. Their standards became my own, ingrained in me until they became second nature. Ganito dapat i-value ang trabaho ko. Ganito ko dapat kamahal ang sining ko. Ganito ko dapat kamahal ang pelikula. It became my standard. They became my standard. Unconsciously. That later on, nung hindi ko na sila katrabaho, nagugulat ako na, ay, hindi pala lahat ganun ang work ethic. Or, ay, hindi pala ganun lahat kamahal ang pelikula. But it was too late. I was already in love with pelikula by that time at hinawaan na nila ako ng pagwaksi ng mediocrity at ng mataas na tingin ng trabaho. Now, as a director, I carry that forward, not just for myself, but for the young talents I work with today. I see in them the same hunger, the same drive, and it's my duty to nurture that spark, to fan it into flames of passion and dedication. Whenever I feel na tinatamad ako, na I want to half-ass things, pwede na yan. I just remember that dreamy 25-year-old in me and 20-something people I work with now who are just beginning to form their work ethic and standards for excellence. Hahawaan ko sila, but I realize it goes both ways. Hinahawaan din nila ako of that burst of inspiration that's so difficult to find when you get older na dati isang pitik lang ang daling ma-inspire. It's a two-way street. The truth is, I do see the pwede na yan attitude in some of my colleagues my age just as often as you see it in younger creatives. But I also see unwavering grit hanggang ngayon sa mga haligay na ng industriya, hindi bumibitiw. In the same way that I see it sa fresh grads and new hires na kahit napapagalitan for a major continuity blunder, they still show up the next day, ready to work again, to learn and be better. And that is inspiring to me. It's also a reminder that I was once that girl, struggling to find my place in the industry, but I kept looking anyway. Grit is a passion and perseverance for long-term goals. And after 16 years of working with all types of people, from top executives all the way to interns, sa set, sa editing room, sa meeting rooms, I realized that grit, much like pag-ibig, knows no age or generation. Thank you.